Hey everybody, tip time. But seriously, I'm really excited to share this analogy and this story with you about my most recent encounter for this week's Tuesday tip. So last night I received a phone call from one of my realtor friends in a moment of desperation. Their buyer that they had been working with had been denied financing by 3 separate lenders. The first of those 3 lenders issued them a pre-approval up front, which yet again goes to show you that if you are working with the wrong lender, it is possible to get denied your home even after a pre-approval has been given to you. So choose your lender wisely. But point being here, and the thing I'm jacked and excited about and most excited for this buyer is I was able to evaluate the entire situation, ask the right questions, and I'm very proud to say that that buyer is closing on her home on March 7th. I could not be more excited to be of service to that buyer and that realtor. And well, hey, it worked out. We got it done. We're going to get it done. And anyway, I'm jacked about that. So how does this play into this analogy that I'm going to show you here tonight? Well, quite frankly, the home loan process, when dealing with a standard, straightforward situation, any lender can stumble their way across the finish line. It's kind of like the game of pool. If you're hitting a straight-in shot, cue ball to object ball, we've all played the game of pool, right? I mean, most of you can look at this and say, wow, anybody could make that shot. Well, quite frankly, that's how some loan situations are. Even the worst loan officer with the worst loan company in the world could get that loan done. The problem for consumers is that whether you realize it or not every loan situation is straightforward. And sometimes lenders are putting obstacles in place that are unnecessary or don't need to be there. Let's go ahead and make this shot a little bit more difficult. First off, this 8 ball is going to represent something called overlays. Overlays are rules on top of rules. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they're the big national mortgage investors, and they set the foundation for all conventional mortgage guidelines that all lenders throughout the country have to follow. So when banks or credit unions or lenders put rules in addition to their rules, it's called overlays. So, now that 8 ball's blocking our shot, those overlays are now standing in the way of a buyer obtaining homeownership. Let's call this 9 ball, lender variables, okay? You never know what lender you're going to be working with. Maybe they're not as experienced as others. Maybe they, quite frankly, just don't have the work ethic or desire to help people the way that some other lenders do. Maybe it's an issue where they just don't have access to the loan programs that you need to get into a house. Now, this 13 ball, let's call this buyer variables. Not every buyer is the same. Some people have more difficult credit histories, income structures, down payment assistance needs. Whatever the case may be, every buyer is different. And let's just say that this creates buyer variability where the loan becomes a little bit more difficult. Now, what once was a very easy shot has now become a lot more difficult, unless you are working with a lender who has all of the tools needed in their bag. I'm very proud to say that the company that I represent, Simon Loans, out of Bank of England and Quest Home Loan Center, we have all the tools. We have everything you need to get the job done. Literally access to every loan program under the sun. We have flexible underwriting guidelines. We have work ethic like no other. We have creativity that is second to none. So when you have the right tools, even the most difficult situation can become an easy one, and you can get into homeownership, so can anybody else, with the right lender on your team. Hope this made sense to you. If you ever want to shoot a game, I'm always down. Take it easy.